Welcome. Today we will learn about stack and its implementation in C++ using linked list and array. Stack can be implemented with the help of linked list as well as arrays. So we will start by implementing stack using array. Here is a graphical demonstration and animation that will help us to understand how stack works. This is the animation of stack, implementation and working. So let's start understanding how this animation will guide us to learn about stack. This is basically stack of which will carry approximately 9 items. This is the stack pointer that is initialized with non-zero value or before zero index means -1 or something. This is the output window that will show output whenever a stack is popped up. This is the push random button that can help you to push random value onto the stack, and this is the control panel that will help us to push and pop operations. So let's start by pushing random element onto the stack. So we have to monitor in this animation that will much more help us to understand its implementation using C++. We are going to push the first element. We can see here as we push the first element onto the stack pointer is incremented by 1, means it will be its starting value will be the -1 and it is incremented by 0. If we push another item onto the stack, then the stack pointer will focus on to the first index and so on. If we push another element onto the stack, then it will incremented by the 1 and goes to second index. Let's see. We can also insert our specify value that will be the inserted onto the stack. Here 45 is inserted as we press push button onto the stack. Similarly, we can perform pop operation. We have to monitor that in pop operation stack pointer is moving onward to the minus or negative index. Here when the stack is empty, we can see that stack empty message is appearing on the window. So try to see what will happen if stack pointer approaches to the last index, 9th index. Here it will display a message stack approaches to the stack limit or stack overflow. Click on OK. I think much more clear demonstration has been provided to all of you for the stack working. Okay, so let's start by creating a new project using dev C++. As we have multiple times discussed how we can create project using dev C++, here is the mechanism to follow the file new option. Here we will select the project option from the file menu, click on console application, click on project. Here we will type the name of the project stack using linked list and arrays. Okay, click on OK. The default directory is appearing here. To save the project, we save here. Here we have to understand one more thing for the implementation of stack using array. What are requirement to implement the stack? We have to just observe the animation again. We are required an array that will consist of either, here is the array of 10th element. We can also increase or decrease the maximum limit of the array. So we have to first of all select the maximum limit or size of the array. We have to specify namespace first of all using namespace standard. Here I am going to specify the max limit of the stack, that will be called max limit of the array. We say that here define or maybe constant. We can also define in the sense of constant. Max size, it may be 10. Okay, after defining the max size of the stack, we are going to declare an array that is named as stack and its size is max underscore as we have specified here max size. The same will be the here. Okay, and we have also required an other variable that is called stack pointer, or we can also say that the top of the stack or stack pointer. Okay, now we are going to define the operations that can be applied onto the stack. Fundamental operations are push and pop. We have also defined some more functions for the stack proper implementation. Let's suppose we are defining to check is empty or is full stack situation. What will the empty situation if our stack top pointer is or stack pointer is -1 mean it is less than 0. Here we have discussed in the animation, we are written here if top is equal to -1 then return 1. 1 means true. If we use this is empty function in if statement, then it will return 1 means the statement will true. What will happen if top is not -1? Then means stack has some kind of values or some values, then we will return 0. 0 means false. Okay, this is the is empty function here implemented. We have to apply same function for the is full for the implementation of stack overflow. We say that if top is equal to, what is the full situation where top is equal to the maximum index of the array, then the stack will be the show as full. We have to write here if top is equal to, we say that max size, then return 1, else return 0 or false. These two functions are implemented for the checking of is empty or is full, or we can say that underflow or overflow of the stack. Now we are going to implement basic fundamental mandatory function of the stack, that is called push function. We say that void push, it takes one parameter as the data or value. We say that data. Here we have to push this data, the provided data, onto the stack. For this purpose we have, what is going on in the demonstration we can see here. First stack pointer is incremented by 1 and the value is pushed onto the stack. So we have to perform the same operation. First of all we have to check if is full, either stack is full or not. If it returns true, then we will say that cout no more value can be pushed onto the stack. Okay, here we can say that handle. If this situation is not, we can also return, or no, we can also exit here or with the say of exit 1. We are going to save this file before compilation. We say that stack exit 1, else if this condition will not true, then we will have to perform this operation as we have seen in demonstration. Top is equal to top plus 1, and we have to push the provided value onto the stack of top position is equal to data, and we can display a simple message push operation is successful, or any other message. And okay, this is the push operation method that we have already understand in the animation of the stack using array. Now we are going to implement the pop method for the stack. For this purpose we are going to declare a method that is called pop. In pop method we have to check either stack is full or empty, so that we are going to check. First of all, if stack is empty, then we will show message stack is empty. Here we will have to push Okay, if stack is not empty, then we will have to fetch our topmost element that is pointed by the stack pointer. We have to pick this element from the stack. How we can pick this element? We can pick this element with the help of stack pointer. Okay, let's see. We have to print out, we can say that cout stack, the pointer top has been popped, and similarly handle can be placed at the end of the line. And after popping this topmost element, we have to decrement top minus 1. I have to again, let me show you. After pop operation, we have to move the stack pointer by minus 1 position in the array. We can also write down another method for printing all the elements of the stack, that is called, in some cases some tutors also say you to write down the method that will display all elements of the stack, is called display. For the time being, that because we have to also learn about implementation of stack using linked list, we are going to check this out all method in the main function. We say that int num int flag is equal to 0. Why flag is equal to 0, I have to clear in the code. Let's suppose top is equal to minus 1. Top, why we are accessing top in the main function? Because top is the global variable, as we have declared in it outside the main function. These stack and top are the stack array and top are the global variables. One is array and other is variable. Top is equal to minus 1 because stack pointer is initially nominate or point to the minus 1, 0 less than index of the array. We are also going to declare a character that will help us in switch statement. We are writing here a infinite loop for the checking, for the getting input onto the stack each and every time. Here I have write down the 3 cout statements, one for push, second for pop, and third for exit from the infinite loop. We have to put this a variable into the switch statement. For this purpose, we are going to put it into the a. Switch statement case, we say that if provided input is 1, what we will have to do? We will have to get an integer from the user cout. Here we have write down some statements in infinite loop, that is called do while loop, to understand the basic mechanism of push and pop operation clearly using stack. So let's start execution. Our code is executed successfully. So let's check the output. As we have discussed in the animation of stack, please enter your choice. Let's suppose we want to push, pop, or exit the infinite loop, then we will input 3. Now we are going to push the element onto the stack, then it will ask you put any number, you enter any number, and push operation is successful. We may push another number onto the stack, that is 67. Here we have to notice that we have pushed first number as 56 and second number as 67. Then what will happen if we perform pop operation? We know that the first number should be popped up, that will be the 67, and the second number would be the 56 when we perform pop operation onto the stack. Okay, let's check it. We say that the 67 is popped first because the stack is the LIFO data structure, last in first out. If we say that again pop, then 56 has been popped up, If we again say that pop operation to be performed onto the stack, then it will say stack is empty. No other operation can be performed because we have pushed only 2 elements, so that we can only pop 2 elements from stack. This implementation was stack implementation with the help of array. We have to notice it again, we have to monitor, we have to study it again, that the stack is initially in empty state. When we have performed any push operation, it push values onto the stack, put values onto the stack, and we can push values onto the stack until it approaches to the maximum limit of the stack. Whenever we will try to pop the perform pop operation, the topmost value will be popped up or retrieved first. That's why this is called LIFO data structure. Next, we have to see that the stack implementation can be performed with the help of array or using the help of linked list. When we will implement stack using arrays, we have to specify maximum size, because static data structure, array is a static data structure in which defined set of values or data members can be stored. When we will use linked list for the implementation of stack, then it is not mandatory, not need to specify maximum size or maximum limit of the stack, but it is a good practice to specify the maximum limit of the stack. These are called implementation of stack using linked list and as well as array. Next, we will discuss how to implement stack with the help of linked list. Here is the complete code example that demonstrate how to implement or understand how stack will be implemented with the help of array. I have to go through the code very quickly. We first of all have to define the maximum limit or size of the stack and declare an array of this maximum size. We have to declare a stack pointer that I have shown you in demonstration. This is the stack pointer that will track the top position or stack pointer position to the stack. These are the two optional functions that we have defined for our ease in push and pop operation, that will told us either stack is empty or stack is full. These are the simple relational expressions that evaluate stack full or stack empty position. After this, we have write down the push operation for the stack, in which just we have write down after checking is it full. If it is full, then no more value can be pushed onto the stack. If not full, stack is full, then we will have to move the pointer by incremented by the 1 and push the value. We move the pointer incremented by the 1 and push the value. If it limits to the maximum size of the stack, then message will be displayed there is no more element can be pushed onto the stack. And in pop function, we have write down, first of all we have to retrieve the value. In animation we can see that first of all we have to retrieve the menu and move stack pointer to the previous data members or data item onto the stack. This was the implementation of stack, and in main function we have write down some lines to make it easy understanding of the stack implementation using enter value and options etc. switch. This is a simple switch statement. This is no need requirement for the elaboration or discussion. So now we are going to implement the stack using linked list. We have to remove or clear the entire data or code we have write down for the implementation of stack using array. I am going to remove the entire line of codes for the implementation of stack using linked list. So let's start. For the implementation of stack using linked list, we have to create nodes. In our linked list video session, you can see and understand what is meant by linked list, how the linked lists are retrieved, and how these linked lists are accessed, or how these linked lists are created. We have to first of all create a struct node which have two data members. One is called data and other is of similar node structure pointer, that will call the next pointer. You can also see our video lecture from the playlist of simple programs using C++, how this structure are created and what it means and what are the parameters and syntax to create a structure node and how we can create variables from this structure. This next pointer is created to store the address of the node. So let's start. This node will be created one after another to push the values onto the stack. Now we are going to create a global node that will also called stack pointer or node pointer or head or top of the stack, creating a pointer of the stack that is initializing by null. What it means, I have to clear with the help of an other demonstration of the stack using linked list. I have this application using the linked list. Okay, just observe this. Our node structure basically consists of two items, that is called data and next item, that I wrote down in the line of codes in dev C++. One item is data item and other is the next item, and this one, each and every node has a particular address. How this will work, we have to understand it. We are going to push random values onto the stack. Okay, let me zoom it out in. Here we can see that there are 3 or 4 items are pushed onto the stack. Here is the stack pointer position, means each and every new value we have to push another value. This is 944. Each and every value will be pushed using this stack pointer, and the stack pointer will point out the recently pushed value onto the stack, and the remaining value and nth value will contain the address of the null. Okay, let we have to push more values onto the stack. When we pop values, the values can be moved on toward the stack, and the stack pointer points the values that are currently popped up. Okay, we can see that empty message, and we have to also show the full message. We limit here, total nodes can be 12. Okay, this same situation we have to implement in dev C++. Before implementation, I would like to show you another thing, that we are going to see implementation using arrays. We have already seen. Now we are going to see the implementation using linked list. Okay, see, here is the push operation, but before monitor to the push operation, I would like to told you that we have the top, that is the pointer node, not the data node. Just clear this point, that the top or head or stack pointer we have created is the pointer node that will use to store the address of the top node in the linked list for the stack. Initially it will contain the null. Similar implementation we have done in the code. This is the top node or stack pointer node that is initialized with the help of null. Okay, now we are going to write down the push operation using the linked list. We have to write down similarly int value or data, that is a parameter that would be provided to the push operation. Here we are going to create a node that is called temp node or temporary node that will hold the data of the newly created node. Temp is equal to new node. Here we are allocating memory to node. In first line we are just creating a pointer node. After creating a pointer node and allocating it to the memory location, we have to assign data to the pointer node as a declared temp. We just say that temp data is equal to provided data as parameter. After this operation, what we will have to do, we have created a node and the data part of the node, because node is a temp node is of type structure temp. It contains two part, one is data part and one is next pointer part of the similar structure type that will hold that can hold the address of the structure node. In data part we have placed the data. What will in the next part, that is we have to discuss in detail. What temp node will contain its link part or next part. We say here temp next is equal to top and top is equal to temp. These lines are required a little bit explanation with the help of visual aid. What it says, what these lines are explaining or implementing the node structure of push operation using the linked list. First of all, a node pointer is created, then a memory is allocated using the node object, then the data part is loaded with the data as provided in the push function as a parameter, and the next part will be store the top. It means temp or new node next pointer will hold top address, the address that already top pointer is hold, and the top will be the temp newly created node. Okay, let's move to the visual aid of this operation. I have to clear it in these two phases. First of all, before main function we have created the stack pointer or top that is initialized with the help of null. This is the first phase. We can say that this is the first phase or initialization of the stack pointer. In second phase, because we are discussing the push operation, in second phase a temp node, as in the code we have discussed that the push operation in the first line temp node is created and the data is moved or loaded into its data part. What will in the next part, if you remember that I say what will in the next part of the temp or newly created node, it will contain the top address. Which address is handled or maintained by the top will be loaded into the next part of the newly created node. And in third step, this is also interesting, what in third phase will, this is the second phase, first and second phase I have minimized here. This is the third phase. In third phase the successful push operation is performed. How? Because the top, we have said that top is equal to temp. What it means, that the address of temp will be moved to the top. Now top is holding one node or one data, that is newly created node. Okay, I think this is the sufficient explanation for the push operation. Now next we will have to discuss the pop operation. Okay, move to our code. These lines are explained very well. Now we are going to write down the pop operation, void pop. What the pop operation will contain, we say that if top is equal to null, we have to check either stack is null or containing any value. We say that top is equal to null. If top pointer contains null, cout stack is empty, and we can also do that exit 1. What will we have to do on the else part? In else part we have to create, first of all we have to create a new node because we are going to delete a node whose address is holding by the top pointer, so that we are going to create a node pointer that is called temp. In push and pop operation we are doing some little bit similar things. We are saying that temp is equal to top, and after this top is equal to top dot next, top referencing the next, top is equal to top next, and we have to remove the temp next portion by assigning it to null. We can also use free space or free method to free the space from the memory using the temp variable or node. What is going on in these lines? We have also required a visual aid to understand these two lines, so that we are here discussing the pop operation. This is the second operation using the linked list, that is called pop operation. In first phase, what we are going to do, we have to create a temp node that will point the top node, means which address is held by the top node, now it is held by the temp node. Okay, is it clear? Now we are moving the temp node to its node's next pointer, means before this operation top node was, or stack pointer was holding this node address. Now we say that top next is equal to top dot next. Top dot next contains null, so that now top pointer containing the null operation, and we in last line say that temp dot next is equal to null, means we are removing this node that is holding the address of the node contained by the top. Okay, this was the push and pop operation using linked list. Now we are going to back to the code, line of codes. Okay, here we will have to write down another function that is called display. We can write down here void display, that is mandatory for the push and pop operation. We can see write down here struct or just node temp. Here is the similar things are going on. If top is equal to null, we can say that cout stack is empty. Else what will we have to do? We have to assign temp as equal to top, and while, because if stack is empty or a stack pointer or top approaches to the last node, then it will hold null, because we have already seen in the visuals. If temp we have to say that while temp is not equal to null, what we will have to do, cout temp referencing the data item, and we can also print some kind of samples to make the output clear, and then temp is equal to temp referencing the next. This will lead the display data on the screen in a good form. Now move to the main function. In main function we have to perform the push and pop operation. Just we have to say that push we are going to 12, or push we are going to 13, or we say that push we are going 34. Okay, we have also write down the display operation function. Now going to execute the code. The code is executed successfully. We have pushed 3 values, these are showing in the output. Now we are going to perform pop operation. After pop operation, again we want to see what impact is going on to the stack. We have to call the display function. Okay, now we are going to run the code. Here we can see that pop operation, after performing the pop operation, just two values are remaining onto the stack. 45 is popped up. Why these are connecting with each other, we have to just write down here cout handle for clear output. Again we are going to execute the code. We can see here clearly we have put 45, 13 and 12 onto the stack, and after pop operation 45 is popped, that is lastly inserted or pushed onto the stack. That's why this is called lost in first out data structure. In this today's session we have learned more and see the visuals of stack implementation using the linked list and array. These two visuals are very much important in understanding the stack operation, how stack operations are performed. Thanks for watching, keep it up. Next we will discuss skew implementation using stack and linked list. Thank you.